But it was never, you are supposed to get your royalty 1 year after the books are, well, once the sale,
every
after
year?
every year.
Every year.
You're supposed to get your royalty every year, but it never happened. And sometimes it's broken into so many little fragments that by the time you get your royalty, maybe you are getting paid 2002 in 2005. So of course you still have 2003, you still have 2004, and it's a big challenge. But I don't like to wear it. People thought I was making so much money. Even in staff school, there were teachers who started writing their own verbal and quantitative, and it didn't bother me because they were writing it themselves. I always like to deal with the publishing house, because the publishing house, all I do is write. They have all the machinery, they print, they have the salespeople, and all I get is just 10% of net.
Is there a system that allows for churning out of locally produced books in Nigeria and then encourages the success of those books and the writers and the authors of those books?
I think there isn't, because otherwise we wouldn't be complaining. I mean, there are a lot of authors, I'm sure, that would love to bring out books for the primary school or secondary school, but because they know that, look, at the end of the day, you work so hard, nothing comes out of it. But people don't believe in made in Nigeria. That's just it. I think I was just lucky with this one, because even my publisher too didn't really know that it was going to sell that much. It was everywhere. Even the people who go for interviews in banks, they use the book 6 as aptitude test books. It's I'm not sure about. But I think a lot of them now, what they do, what a lot of authors do, I'm not sure. But what I hear that they do is they try to Nigerianize the books, pay the author off.
One-time payment.
One-time payment.
Rather than the royalty system.
Rather than royalty system.
Which you have been on for many years.
Yeah. And, it's not, because royalty system is something that your children would, your children would continue to collect royalty. Yes, royalty.
But you're not very happy about the way it has worked out for you.
I haven't been. I mean, like in the last 2011 royalty, 2016, and then you just put it out that you don't owe me 2011, even though you owe me certain amount, and you just said 2012, 2013, 2014, this is how much I'm going to pay you, because we have books in the store that has not been sold. That's not my business. You don't ask me, and it's not my business to ask you how many books are we going to print. I don't know anything. All I know is I get my 10% royalty, the 90% of net. 10% of net. All the other expenses, you get 90%. That's yours.
Is this why you have not been encouraged to write more books? People have been asking, why haven't you written more?
No, I don't feel encouraged at all. Don't feel encouraged at all. There's so much one thing. And then I had to keep on reviewing these ones, step it up, make it step up the standard. And that really took time, because to be able to do 12 books, it hasn't been easy. But I enjoyed, doing it, but I don't want to suffer. And I have been suffering.
This is a concern. I mean, I've spoken to so many Nigerian writers, and this is a concern that a lot of them have. Ideally, a writer should focus on his or her craft.
Yes.
And then the royalties should just come.
Regularly. Then you can think. Then you can know how to improve on whatever it is, or if you want to bring in new books, because if the royalty will be there.
Why, in your opinion and from your experience, why do you think the royalty system in Nigeria's publishing sector, why do you think it fails? Why is it not a straightforward thing? Like what you have in some other countries, particularly in the West. Why do you think it fails in Nigeria? Why is it not straightforward?
Because I think publishers don't like to pay their debts. That's a general thing in Nigeria. Publishers, and and you work, you do a contract job, nobody, you don't want to pay those who have worked. Same in publishing houses. They don't like paying.
You don't think it has anything to do with our legal system? If the legal system protects writers like you, don't you think publishers will be compelled, whether they like it or not, to ensure that the royalties are paid?
You take the case to court, and then over the years, that's it. And that's a good excuse for your publisher not to pay. Since you've taken it to court, when the case is solved, then I can start paying royalty.
So that's a weakness of our legal system, isn't it? If you have to spend such a long time in courts to get your issue resolved, that becomes a basis for a publisher, delaying your royalties, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm just asking from what you've experienced.
Yes, yes. So that was when people say, okay, go to another publisher, take your books away from there. I say, and go where? And go where? Nobody wants to have a fresh idea of something in this country. They just want to take. And, this book must be doing well. She must be making a lot of money. I shouldn't be like this now. My mind should be at rest. Maybe I would have written some other things.
Let me put it bluntly. You should be very rich.
I should be very rich. I'm telling you, I should be very rich. I shouldn't even be bothering about money. I shouldn't. If I were abroad, I don't think I'll be going through this. I don't think so. Just me.
Thank you very much, Ma. Thank you for the time we've had together. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for letting me come out and say my little bits. I am very honored.
It's a pleasure.
And humbled.
Thank you.